So hello everyone, and welcome to this relatively short tutorial on how to get the Ocarina of Time Randomizer and set it up. So let's start here with Randomizer. So everything that you need is listed in the description below, and it's also here. So the first thing that you need is Python 3.5 or later, which you can simply get by going into your browser and going Python. And here we go, download Python. Which is exactly what this is here. So I saw a comment somewhere saying they're worried about Python, like if it was a virus or something. Don't worry, it's another programming language like C++ or Java. Not only is it just another programming language, but it's one of the better programming languages to work in, and I can't stop singing its praises. So yeah, Python, not a virus, don't worry. So yeah, you run the exe to install Python. I've already installed it so that we can cut this out. I've already prepared this. I mean, what is this, amateur hour? Anyway, next thing you need is the randomizer itself. So you can get this by simply going boot randomizer. And the first link to this GitHub repository should be what we're looking for. So I've got the version 2.0, and you can just simply go clone or download, download zip. And then that is, as you guessed, what this is. So right click, extract here, and it'll extract under a folder called boot randomizer. And you can see here that there's all of these .py files, so they're all these Python files. So you can run it two ways, either with boot randomizer. It's a bit finicky because it's from the terminal, so you have to give it all the inputs. Well, I mean, what is this? I want a graphical user interface, so GUI.py it is. So there's a few things that we can change right off the bat. Create a spoiler log, I'll talk a bit about later. Compress the patched ROM, so that's recommended. There's a few roadblocks that you can come up to with the randomizer. One is getting out of the forest is difficult to do without cheating. Opening the door of time is also a bit of a challenge. I don't know, maybe Ganon's castle is as well. So place dungeon items around. This one, ensure that the seed is beatable, which sounds like a huge amount of work because you need to know what you get at different points in the game and then what treasure chests are available at different points of the game, so you need to make sure that they get everything. I don't know, it just seems like a nightmare of logic, but huge amount of work anyway. So there's a few requirements that you can have for having the rainbow bridge appear. Either have all the medallions. Vanilla, I believe, is just having the... So dungeons is actually dungeons and medallions. You need to have completed all dungeons and have all medallions, or it's just always there. And the other things you can randomize, we'll just have open, doesn't matter at the moment, is you can change the color. So I'm going to go black. So we'll see on the title screen if we've randomized it or not, and whatever, they can be whatever. And you can also change the low health sound effects. So you can have Navi Hey, Zelda Gasp, some pretty cool ones in here actually. So with the base ROM, the other thing that you need is Ocarina of Time, the ROM. Now this is important, it has to be version 1.0 USA version, so that's what the randomizer absolutely needs. If you don't know how to get that particular version of the ROM, it took me a while to find it. There's a link in the description of where you can download it yourself. And so when you've downloaded it, it comes off as a .rar. So if you don't have the ability to extract .rar, that's where WinRAR comes in. So Google WinRAR should be one of the top searches, install it. I've just got the installer here, but I've already got WinRAR installed. So if I right click on it, I can extract here and 1.0, and then there's our .N64, there's our ROM, USA version 1.0. So let's go back to the randomizer. Rando card region 1.0, there's our ROM. So we've got our ROM in, put all those, we go seed 1, whatever. So that just seeds the random number generator. So if you put in the same seed, you'd get the same randomized game. And the counts is just how many different randomizations you want. You go generate patch ROM. There we go, and it's been patched. And you can see the waveform. Wow, you can actually just open the directory where everything's been saved, and it's just in where the randomizer repository. As you can see, the result, the files that have been generated are here, all of these. So this is just the unrandomized version of the ROM, which is just used for later. It just makes things a bit faster. The next time you want to randomize, you can put this one in. The spoiler log is this text file which is generated, and it simply tells you where it's put every single item, where it's randomized everything. So if you ever have any trouble on trying to find something or trying to progress, you can look in this file basically. Alright, so now the last thing that we need is the emulator, and I happen to have Project 64, so again, if you want to download Project 64, just Google Project 64. It's a Nintendo 64 emulator. There you go, top billing there. So as always, I've got Project 64 already installed, so if I go in here, project64.exe, so I've got some ROMs existing there. So let's open the ROM. So again, this one's just the regular version of the game. So he's got his green thing on then, so that's not a problem. Now if we go beatable, so a problem that you might get is this unhandled R4300I error, and I had this for a little while too. So what you do about this is you have to go to settings, for starters, hide advanced settings, that helps, apply, and then, because I think if you hide advanced settings and you go into oh no, doesn't matter, you can hide, I mean it's always good to see advanced settings, so just do that. But the important thing is memory size, change it to 8. You absolutely need that for the randomizer. And let's restart that ROM. And then there we go. So change that memory size from 4 to 8 megabytes. You should be okay. And is this the random version? I think so. I think that's a black tunic. Yeah, that looks like a black tunic to me. So that's how you set up the Ocarina of Time Randomizer. Hopefully this helped you, and before I go, I'd just like to give a huge shout out to Amazing Ampharos? What's his name? Yeah. A huge shout out to Amazing Ampharos. A huge shout out to Amazing Ampharos for making this randomizer. I mean, this is exceptionally cool. Ocarina of Time is my favorite game, and I can't wait to play it in a whole new way. So cheers, dude.